the Texas legislature in a bill known as Senate Bill 22 is going to provide extra funding to just a certain segment of rural law enforcement agencies. And Upshur County is one of the counties that fits within that classification. And the bottom line is we look to get a grant from the state of Texas for right under $500,000, which will really help us increase pay for active duty patrol officers, active duty jailers. It will really be a major boost to law enforcement. But the legislature in their wisdom required that if you're going to be a player for this grant, your minimum pay will be $75,000 for your sheriff, and it will be, I'll have to look, $45,000 per year for elected constables. So today we had what I'm going to call a funded mandate from Austin, that the sheriff's pay be adjusted to $75,000 a year, and all the elected constables' pay be adjusted to $45,000 a year. And I think the legislature made the right call. It's time for them to make rural counties step up to the plate and compensate our officers in blue for the job they do. And I was glad to see this happen, but it is a substantial pay increase for the sheriff and the constables, but you know, by golly, they deserve it. And it's going to be funded by the grant that we're applying for. So it's kind of a win-win deal for everybody. The only downside would be is if they don't keep this grant funded year after year. So we'll have to take the wait and see approach on that. Because as your mama told you in Sunday school, the Lord giveth and the Lord can taketh away. But right now, some of our law enforcement did receive a well-deserved pay increase through Senate Bill 22 mandates. But I'm going to give the legislature an A on this. You're always hearing about unfunded mandates. This is a funded mandate, and we appreciate that, and it really helps rural counties such as Upshur County. It does two things, because when we get the grant, all the jailers and active duty patrol officers will get raises too through this grant from the state. So that's kind of a win-win on that front.
So it's, I guess, this grant can be used for several different things, though. I guess. Have they set the rules yet, exactly what the grant can be used for?
They have a set of rules, but I haven't had time to read them, and I count on my auditor's office and the sheriff's department to do that. But from what we have studied, the grant can be used to increase the pay for active duty jailers and patrol officers. And that's where we intend to spend practically all of this grant, in those two areas.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm sure you're suffering just like everybody else, all the other law enforcement agencies, unable to get enough employees.
That's correct. And the legislature, though, wisely realized that rural counties really have it rough. You come over here and you get hired by the Upshur County's finest, we train you, and then you can go over to an urban county with the training we provide you and get a $10,000 a year raise. And I don't blame any of our officers for trying to better themselves. That's not the point. But this helps the rural counties be more competitive in what few law enforcement personnel that are available.